Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Beorning, and we have survived the assault on the Hornburg for now, and the dawn is coming. What are we going to do now?
Do you hear that sound? Theoden King makes his final stand within the Hornburg.
I must go and join him. I belong at his side. Pick up the banner where it lies against the wall and come with me. If we must die, let us die in honor. Alright, so let's find this banner. Ah, the banner.
The fortress cannot stand. I will ride from this place and carve a path through the orcs. Who will ride with me? For Beorning! If this is to be my end, I welcome it with my sword in hand. Erkenbrand! Erkenbrand and the White Rider! Ha 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 ha! Victory! Victory! Victory!
Well, I must say that leaves a little bit to the imagination, seeing how. You're wondering, well, what happened there? Well, yes, they didn't have time to explain the fact that Gandalf shows up over the hill and the two forces crush the orcs between them. Well, maybe that's what Thurkittle has to say here.
Do you hear that sound? It is the sound of celebration. The battle is won.
Yes, it is won! Yay! So, and in return for your services here, I'll give you this thing, which has a huge amount of power in it. Yeah, right, like I need that. Okay, I'll take it for the might and vitality.
Dawn has come, and with it the renewal of our hopes.
Yes, I cannot believe our good fortune, Pineclaw. Dawn has come, and with it a renewal hope. Go out to the front gate of the fortress and see for yourself. Alright. I guess this is actually where they explain what just happened. So now, first I must be able to... Oops! Keep my mouse straight. That's what I have to do. Alright. Open! Actually, let's mount up here. Now this place is a bit of a wreck, but it is minus several thousand orcs, which is always a plus. Because we certainly don't want to have to deal with any more of those, do we? But yes, this place looked a lot nastier. Oh, let's see. Oh, hello! Oh, there you are. Sorry to miss you. Hello, Your Highness.
The orcs fled before us into the wood. But from whence came this sorcerous forest?
We have seen victory this day, Pineclaw. The Erlingus rode forth from the gate, driving the orcs and wild men before them. I have never been so proud of my people as when they charged beside me into the mass of our foes. Many brave warriors perished this night, but the glory that is theirs can never be taken away. Rohan lives still because of their courage. The orcs fled before us, but they knew not what to make of the forest that lies now in Helm's Deep. Gandalf may know, for it seems a thing of sorcery. I know only that the wood is no friend of orcs, for none of that passed that way have emerged. Ooh, okay. Presume you're... Okay, what? You saying there's a forest about here? I guess it's way out there. Alright. Well, Aragorn, what about you?
Fortune was with us this day.
I came out upon the wall to see the dawn, and the orcs mocked me. They did not know their doom was in hand. They jeered me and threw stones, but I despaired not. I spoke to Theoden of one last ride through the gates, and he saw the glory in it. But I knew the sight of the king riding forth will give to his people the fire they needed. I do not know what man blew the horn of the Hammerhand, but it filled our foes with terror, especially the wild men of Dunland. They thought Helm came from among the living. Who is to say he did not? All right. Well then. Now let's go and find. Again, I still don't see this. Oh, that forest! Yeah, I don't recall seeing that before. Yeah. Lots of trees that weren't there before. Now, that's an interesting change in landscape. I mean, usually in battles, things like walls being blown up, burnt grassland, bodies all over the place, smoke coming out. Those are things you see after a battle on a battlefield. Forest coming out of nowhere is not typical, I have to tell you that.
Do you see the forest over yonder? It is no doing of mine.
I am glad to see that you survived the night, my fortunate friend. Theoden, too, has had a turn in fortune, though he may not realize its true extent. Do you see that forest over yonder? That is no doing of mine. Those trees were brought here by a power much older than my own, and much greater in its own way. Theoden calls it sorcery, but name it not that. Name it rather a power that bodes ill for the orcs and all others who harm the natural order of things. Saruman should fear his power. I believe he has already come to know his mistake. But we will learn the truth of it later. For now, celebrate the ally that arrives in time and the courage of friends. The day brings with it the dawning of hope for Rohan. Alright. So, let's speak to Elmer. And here he is. Hello there. Does he have a few prisoners here?
Even the memory of Helm Hammerhand fills these Dunlandings with fear.
Most of the Dunlanding warriors cast down their weapons when the horn of Helm Hammerhand spread through the deep Pineclaw. Even his memory is enough to fill them with fear. I am having some difficulty convincing these warriors that their lives will be spared. I think Saruman painted for them a picture of my people rather different than reality. Well, what's this all about? Well, is there a problem?
The horsemen burn their captives alive. Saruman saw it with his sorceries.
Yes. Yes, I know that the horsemen do to their captives, and I will not let that happen to my men. The Strawhead says they will be spared, but how can I trust this man, who weighs the values of a horse above that of his own children? The horsemen burn their captives alive, and feed them to the dead. Upon the... Yeah, good grief. Yeah, Saruman says... You're taking the word of Saruman, this man who tricked you all into doing battle? Believe me, Saruman's a liar. Yeah, don't worry. Elmer's not going to eat you. Good grief. At least take my word for it. Now, I helped some of your people, the ones that weren't fighting for Saruman to be true, but I did help some of the people in Dunland, so you could check with them on the matter. Well, yeah. Well, in time you will find out what the truth is. Well, let's see. What about Gimli and Legolas? How did they fare in this? Well, let's see. Last I saw Gimli, he was out in the glittering caves. I assume hopefully everything was fine there after I left. And let's see. Oh, here's a dwarf and elf here. Hello there, Gimli. I see you're still in one piece.
You stand before a victorious dwarf, friend.
Yeah, yes, you're quite a help within the caves, my friend, and I thank you for the aid. The fighting was thick, and the outcome was not certain, but we triumphed, and now the light of day banishes the fears of night. I am glad we are here to see it, and with the battle over, so is my contest with Legolas, and I won.
Dawn brings with it an end to our struggle, for now.
Yes.
Joyful sunrise.
And Gimli has won our little competition, for his tally exceeds mine by 1. I begrudge him not the contest, but I was very worried when the fighting drove him back to the caves, and none seemed to know his fate. But he tells me you were a staunch ally, Pineclaw, and I thank you for it. Doubtless you softened some of the foes as well, and helped them to win the competition. I forgive you for that, friend. It was said only in jest, and for the light of the morning seems more right for jesting than any we have had in quite some time. Yes, of course, of course, of course. Well then, they seem to be in reasonably good spirits. That's good. So now let's find Gandalf again. And be happy in our victory. Be happy we don't have any more epic battles. At least not in Rohan. I guess there are a few in Gondor that we'll have to deal with in the next volume. But that's the next volume, yes. There are no more in this volume. Alright, and speaking of Gandalf, I think I have found him. Like you could miss the guy in the white robe. Yeah, you'll see him half a mile away.
The battle is over, and Theoden has emerged into the sunlight and victory.
The orcs have been defeated, if not by blade, then by powers older than the kingdom of Eor. The warriors of Dunland have fallen or fled, and those that remain have thrown down their weapons. The battle for Helm's Deep is over, and Theoden has emerged into the sunlight and victory. We'll soon need to travel to Isengard, there to see what will become of Saruman now that his armor is defeated and his treacherous goals laid low. But for now, there is work of recovery to be done. We will nurse our wounds, tend to our fallen, and see what must be done in the deep and in the ravaged fields of Rohan. I will call you when that time has come to set our sights upon Isengard and Saruman.
Now we must look to the future.
So ends Book 13. In Pineleaf Plays, The Beorning.